The ultimate aim of martial arts is not having to use them. Miyamoto Musashi. This famous quote by Miyamoto Musashi speaks to the idea of living in a world without the need for violence. He suggests that martial arts should be used to defend oneself and others, but that the goal should ultimately be creating a peaceful existence where physical conflict is unnecessary. This message is just as relevant today as it was when he said it centuries ago. In a world plagued by violence and injustice, it's important to remember that our ultimate aim should be to create a society which is free from the need for physical confrontation. We can do this through fostering understanding, respect, and acceptance of our differences. It is only when we can come together and bridge our divides that we can create a peaceful world. Perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye. Miyamoto Musashi. Musashi's quote is a powerful reminder that life is more than what meets the eye. We often forget that the physical world isn't everything, and that there is so much more to life than appearances. It's important to recognize that the unseen, our emotions, thoughts, and beliefs, are just as real and impactful as our tangible experiences. In today's uncertain and fast-paced world, it's essential to take the time to reflect and stay in tune with our inner selves. Doing so can help us stay centered, motivated, and build a more meaningful life. By perceiving that which cannot be seen, we can gain clarity and use it as a source of strength and guidance. Do nothing that is of no use. Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi's quote encourages us to make the most of our time and energy. It is a reminder that we should strive to make our lives meaningful by pursuing activities that will benefit us and others in some way. This idea is especially relevant today, as the world is full of distractions and opportunities for wasting time. If we focus on activities that are of use to us and to others, we can build a life of purpose and fulfillment. This quote is a reminder to stay mindful of our actions and to focus on the things that matter. It is a call to be efficient and productive with our time and to be mindful of how we use our resources. Ultimately, this quote encourages us to be purposeful and to strive to make the most of the limited time we have. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. Miyamoto Musashi. Musashi's quote is an important reminder for us to think before we act. In today's world, it is easy to get lost in heated arguments and get overwhelmed by emotions. Musashi's quote encourages us to think before we speak, weigh our words carefully, and avoid unnecessary arguments. By doing so, we can make sure our conversations are productive and meaningful. Moreover, Musashi's quote is a great life-building tool as it teaches us to practice patience and humility. It reminds us to listen more and talk less, to think carefully before we voice our opinion. In any situation, it is wise to take a pause and reflect on the situation before responding. This way, we can make sure our conversations are constructive and help us build meaningful relationships. The true science of martial arts means practicing them in such a way that they will be useful at any time, and to teach them in such a way that they will be useful in all things. Miyamoto Musashi. This quote stresses the importance of having a purposeful practice when it comes to martial arts. He wants us to understand that the true science of martial arts lies in the ability to use them in any situation. By teaching them in such a way, we can apply them to all aspects of life. Today, this quote has immense relevance to our modern lives. We should look to martial arts as a way to strengthen our minds and build our character. It can help us develop discipline and control, enabling us to better respond to unforeseen situations. Furthermore, it can help us stay focused and motivated, allowing us to achieve our goals. In summary, Miyamoto Musashi's words urge us to practice martial arts with a purpose, in order to make them useful in all aspects of life. By doing so, we gain the strength, discipline, and focus necessary to be successful. His words remain as pertinent today as ever, helping us to stay motivated and reach our goals. The primary thing when you take a sword in your hands is your intention to cut the enemy, whatever the means. Miyamoto Musashi. Having a clear goal in mind is essential for success, and this applies to any situation in life. Miyamoto Musashi's quote encourages us to focus on the end goal, no matter what it takes to get there. He is saying that when you pick up a sword, your intention should be to defeat your enemy. This implies that you should use whatever methods necessary to achieve your goals. This quote is relevant today in many different contexts. Whether it's a career goal, a personal challenge, or a relationship, having the right attitude and a strong will to succeed is vital. You may need to make sacrifices and take risks, but if you stay focused on your intention and persevere, you will eventually reach your destination. To win any battle, you must fight as if you are already dead. Miyamoto Musashi. The renowned samurai Miyamoto Musashi urges us to fight with a sense of freedom and abandon in order to achieve victory. This means that we must approach a challenge with no fear of failure or death. We must be willing to risk it all, putting our best foot forward without second-guessing ourselves. This is an empowering message that encourages us to take bold risks and push ourselves to our limits. In today's context, this quote can be applied to any endeavor that we may face. Whether it be starting a business, pursuing a career, or even just taking on a new hobby, we must go in with the same level of determination and fearlessness. We must be willing to take the necessary risks, and not let fear of the unknown or failure stop us from succeeding. If we fight as if we are already dead, then we have nothing to lose and everything to gain. The mind must always be in the state of flowing, for when it stops anywhere, that means the flow is interrupted, and it is this interruption that is injurious to the well-being of the mind. Miyamoto Musashi. The power of the mind should be constantly kept in motion, never standing still. When the mind stops, it can lead to a disruption in the natural flow, which can have a detrimental effect on our well-being. This is the message of Miyamoto Musashi's quote. In today's world, it is often easy to become overwhelmed with stress and anxiety. To keep our minds healthy and balanced, it is important to remember to keep on moving. Allowing the mind to take in new experiences and knowledge, to stay curious and to be open to change can help us to maintain a positive state of mind. As Musashi says, the flow should not be stopped. We should strive to continue to grow, learn, and achieve. If you wish to control others, you must first control yourself. Miyamoto Musashi. This quote by Miyamoto Musashi is a great reminder of the power of self-control. It encourages us to take responsibility for our own actions before trying to control what others do. By having control over ourselves, we are more likely to have a greater influence over our environment and be better equipped to handle any challenges that come our way. In today's context, this quote is still applicable. With the increased distractions of the modern world, it is important to remain focused and take control of our own lives. Self-control can help us stay focused on our goals and tasks, allowing us to make better decisions and be more productive. Ultimately, this quote by Miyamoto Musashi provides a valuable reminder of the importance of self-control. By taking control of our own actions, we can better influence our environment and achieve success. Do not regret what you have done. Miyamoto Musashi. One of the famous quotes by Miyamoto Musashi is, "Regret is born of negligence and melancholy." This means that if you constantly regret your past actions, it can lead to sadness and a feeling of neglect towards your present and future. Musashi believed in living in the present moment and not dwelling on past mistakes, as it can hinder personal growth and progress. In today's context, this quote encourages individuals to take responsibility for their actions and learn from their mistakes instead of dwelling on them. It motivates people to move forward and focus on their present and future endeavors without being weighed down by the past. Overall, this quote promotes a positive attitude towards life building and encourages individuals to learn from their experiences, rather than regret them.